When you look through a scope and you're looking, you can see the individual's eyes shifting around. You can see him wipe his nose. It becomes very personal. It has an effect on you at the moment. And so I shot him, and down he went. A sniper is a one-shot kill man.
Without a high-powered scope and hugely accurate rifle, chances are Rocky couldn't have killed the Russian. Then again, the rifle couldn't have done it without Rocky. A weapon is nothing till it's in the hands of a sniper. His skill, his training make him part of that weapon. Together, they're a lethal combination.
If all of a sudden from out of nowhere, your buddy drops dead and his head explodes, there's definitely a psychological impact.
By World War I, a revolution in bullets, scopes, mechanisms, and propellants made rifles deadly accurate from distance. But this accuracy counts for nothing if there isn't a skilled marksman pulling the trigger. Rifles are just a tool. Snipers are the real weapon. Their training, their tactics have evolved down the years to make him one of the most feared warriors on the battlefield.
When the sniper shoots, it makes everybody duck. And if you have active snipers, you have everybody walking around bent over, fearful of looking over the parapet to look at anybody. You find everybody anxious and unhappy. That's a nice thing to have.
If all of a sudden from out of nowhere, your buddy drops dead and his head explodes, there's definitely a psychological impact. If we know where to look to fight back, to shoot back when that happens, that lessens our fear. When you don't know where to shoot back at, there's only so much you can do, and it's human nature to fear that a little bit. It's that never knowing type thing. Some people think it's a dirty trick to use, but it's nonetheless, it's a very effective means of warfare and combat.
For early snipers, how to select a shot was learned on the battlefield. But after World War I, sniping schools were established. Books were out, bullets were in, as teachers taught their students when to shoot and where to shoot.
The best shot a sniper can make is from the rear into the medulla oblongata, which is the base of the skull back here. A bullet there stops everything instantly. A hit there, there's no trigger pulling. It's a complete collapse. The next best is considered by many to be a T in the front, because the bullet then goes right back into the medulla oblongata. It's an instantaneous relaxation. The target does not run anywhere.
But the medulla oblongata, or apricot as it's known to snipers, is also a small and unpredictable target. If you miss, it could be the last bullet you fire. The result? A fundamental shift in modern sniper tactics.
We're taught to shoot center mass. Basically anything in the upper chest area, any of the vital organs, even if we hit low or hit them in the leg, that's still considered a good shot, because they're now wounded, and hopefully it'll take them out of the fight.
To make these kind of shots, you need an accurate rifle. In World War I, snipers used the Springfield 03, the Mauser 98, the Lee Enfield, and the Mosin Nagant. Come World War II, no change. Snipers were using the same rifles their fathers had fired 25 years ago. Just as well then that all four weapons were awesome sniping pieces. The German Mauser was a legend. First issued to their infantry in 1898, it had a strong bolt action, took a 5-round clip, and delivered accurate fire at up to 1,000 yards. Toward the end of World War II, the retreating German army began deploying lone snipers to delay enemy advances. Armed with their Mauser, these men held up entire divisions, proving that tactically, sniping wasn't just a good offense, but one hell of a defense.
But the rearguard action is fanatical as they try to stem the red tide. Watch this soldier. A sniper gets him.
The fear of being sniped with the Germans was very real. The word snipe was sent to tremble. If you can get them, as you did in Normandy, well placed, well camouflaged, and accurate, and they worked singly, not like us in pairs. And if you could start knocking off the tank commanders, it had a devastating morale effect on our troops.
The Germans also evolved sniping tactics, taking their Mausers into unlikely places.
They were found in harness in trees, completely self-supporting, and would let us advance past them and then fire on you from behind.
In the ruined cities of the East, Russian snipers became the top World War II aces, taking down thousands of German soldiers. The weapon they used was the Mosin-Nagant. Issued as the standard infantry rifle in 1891, it was adopted as a designated sniper weapon in 1932. It fired a hard-hitting 7.62 millimeter round, and in short-distance urban exchanges like Stalingrad, it had the punch to take men down. Vasily Zaitsev was the top Soviet sniper ace of World War II. Over 400 verified kills, including 11 enemy snipers. But he wasn't the only one getting his hands dirty. In a war of unbelievable carnage, women were engaged as snipers and also became aces.
Everybody in the whole Red Army is supposed to work hard to kill as many of the enemy as the Vasily Zaitsev.
Through World War I and World War II, American snipers were equipped with modified infantry rifles, mostly the Springfield 03. It wasn't until Vietnam that American snipers stopped using standard infantry firearms and got their hands on specialized sniper rifles. Doctrinally, it was recognition that sniping was going to be a major factor in jungle combat. The Winchester M70 and the Remington M40 were issued to Marine units. Both were highly accurate, expensive hunting rifles, the kind of specialized commercial firearms that in previous wars were denied to troops on the basis of cost. Today, the M40 is still in service with the Marines.
Yeah, the M40 has a Douglas medium-heavy barrel that shoots a .308 NATO round. The rifle also had a red field scope with a 3x9 range-finding reticle. It was a very effective rifle.
The ability of the M40 was proven in Vietnam, with numerous successful headshots taken at over 800 yards. Snipers relied on its accuracy, but also on their own training. They had to learn to control their fear, and that meant controlling their breathing. Snipers get into a rhythm, deliberate, slow, steady breaths, a controlled heart rate, minimal movement, 100% in the zone.
For that moment, time stops. You're alive. I mean, you're alive, but maybe you're not going to stay alive. And for that moment, things slow down. And sometimes that moment lasts a long time. It seems like a long time. And you pull that trigger, and then it's over.
Analysis conducted after the Vietnam War shows that it took an average of 50,000 bullets from an M16 rifle to kill a single Viet Cong. The average for a sniper firing the M40 was 1.3 bullets. Somewhere along the line, all that sniper training, all that experience, all that technology